So our favorite magnesium supplements, right? Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
Okay. So always consult with your doctor before, making radical changes to your supplementation. And then in a perfect world, that we would always get all of the minerals and vitamins from the foods we eat. And I think with keto, we trend towards more whole foods. So we're probably doing a better job than we were before, but it's usually not feasible to get everything you need just from the foods that we eat.
So we want to cover our favorite magnesium supplements. These are things that we use, have tried, they're actually in our home. So these aren't just blind referrals to different things that we've never tried. We are going to cover some foods right at the end of this segment that you can use. So the most common form, so the very first thing I ever tried that was magnesium was a supplement called Calm, and that's magnesium oxide. And I noticed just with a single serving that it gave me some loose stools. And so it turns out that that's a very common side effect. Magnesium oxide is actually not very bioavailable to your body. So you have to have it in higher doses, and unfortunately it does cause diarrhea before you even get to the correct dose. So magnesium oxide, if you're looking for something to deal with constipation, is great. I still use Calm when we travel, or a magnesium oxide capsule of some kind when we travel, because I tend to get bound up. Or if I take something like activated charcoal, I know that it will help loosen things up very naturally. So what the magnesium pills we take, magnesium glycinate, and we are going to put links to the specific brands that we're using. So this is Integrative Therapeutics, a high quality company. It's Magnesium Glycinate Plus. So it's very reasonably priced. You can order it on Amazon if you wish, or you can order it direct from the company. The other magnesium we take, because we do like to get a variety of different types of magnesium into our body, different supplements for different times. So try magnesium, again by Integrated Therapeutics, and we'll put the links, the Amazon links for both of those in the comments.
Now that might have sounded a little weird. Try magnesium, yeah, you should try it. But it's 3, try, right? So it has 3 different types of magnesium in it. I think it's glycinate, citrate, and maybe malate.
Yeah, it's designed to be very bioavailable to the body.
Yep. So another fun way to get it is through Keto Chow's line of electrolyte supplements.
Specifically their magnesium supplement.
Right.
Which you just took before we got on this call.
Yeah, it was strong. So magnesium chloride in its elemental form is really good for bioavailability. 1 serving has 200 milligrams of magnesium, 610 milligrams of chloride, 35 milligrams of potassium, and 30 milligrams of sodium. It's very effective, and this is Tara's favorite way to wind down in the evening. It was just a shot glass with this in there, with some water.
I put in my ½ teaspoon, and then I fill it with water, and then I have something to chase it. Because it is
strong.
Minerally, a little salty. It doesn't taste great. So a lot of times I'll take just a little bite of coconut butter. I love coconut butter.
Yeah.
So just to get the taste out of my mouth.
And we have a coupon code for Keto Chow.
It's actually a link now.
It's a link, okay.
It's a 10% off link. It only works on your first order, so we'll put that in the comments if you're interested. Also check out their other electrolyte products. And on another segment, we'll talk more about their shakes and other things they carry.
And a lot of their minerals actually come from salt and things mined in Utah. So it's a natural product found, made in the USA from a really great company and a really great couple that run that company.
Yeah. So topical magnesium, what's the deal with that? Well, as you know, our skin is our largest organ in our body, and it absorbs the things we put on it. And it absorbs magnesium very well. So if you don't like to take pills, or if you don't tolerate it, or maybe you're drinking a lot of coffee and just maybe you drink alcohol regularly and well, how can I still get magnesium into my body? Well, the good news is you have multiple options to get it topically. So perhaps the easiest thing to do is to go out and buy an Epsom salt bag and have an Epsom salt bath. Now make sure that you've got read the bag. Usually it's 1 to 2 cups, depending on how large your bathtub is, and you want to soak for about 20 minutes. And don't make your water too hot, because that can deplete your hydration levels.
It can dry you out, right?
Yeah.
And you'll sweat.
Yeah. So really hot baths, not super great for absorbing magnesium because then you're just pushing it back out.
And another fun thing to do is if you are a user of something like essential oils, you can put the essential oils into the Epsom salts and mix that into the bath for an added nice scent, or maybe if you're using it for something else.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought to mention that. Yeah,
so
we love essential oils. We use essential oils before live streams. We use them every day. So take it or leave it. But for those of you who like them, you take your Epsom salts and you start your bath, and I put my Epsom salts in a cup and I put 4 or 5 drops of whatever oil in at the top and let it sit there to absorb into the salts. Then it mixes into the water. Because otherwise, if you try to put oil on top, it's just going to float.
Right, it just sits
so
there.
That putting it in the salts first allows it to incorporate. So there's also magnesium salts. So these are specific mineral salts that are magnesium based. So the brand that I've tried is called Ancient Minerals. We're going to put a link in the comments for that. So you use them very similarly to Epsom salts. Just use the instructions on the back of the bag that you get, and it'll tell you exactly how to use that. That's another excellent way. So you can take a nice relaxing bath. And the thing that I notice whenever I do an Epsom salt or a mineral salts bath is that I better not have anything scheduled the rest of the day, because I am ready to go to sleep. It knocks me out. It's one of my favorite things to do to my kids, right? We have teenagers and they're athletes, and when their muscles are just so sore, we're like, go take an Epsom salt bath. So we buy huge things of Epsom salts. They're in every bathroom, and we're always encouraging them to take baths with the Epsom salts to help support their athletic bodies. So what else? So you don't really like baths. You don't really think that sounds awesome. So now there's these topical oils, gels. The gels are generally aloe vera based, or sprays. So there's all these other ways. So now these topical oils, gels, or sprays tend to make your skin a little itchy.
Yeah, so you're going to want to test it before you go
apply it to a large surface area, like maybe your stomach.
Your body, because it can get, if you're very sensitive to it, you can get itchy. And I'm a little bit sensitive to it, and I do get quite itchy.
So what you can do is put it on the bottom of your feet. Just put it right on the bottom of your feet, and it'll absorb through your body. You can also leave it on for 5 minutes or so and then wipe it off. So you don't have to leave it on for the whole rest of the day. So if you've ever had an Epsom salt bath and afterwards you kind of felt itchy and you wanted to rinse off, it's the same thing. It's just the magnesium doing what it does on the skin, giving you that itchy feeling.
So some foods that are high in magnesium, and some foods that are really great for keto, in fact, Brazil nuts, very high in magnesium, 107 milligrams per 1 ounce. So it's about 6 nuts, and a great keto high-fat nut.
So Brazil nuts are big fat nuts if you've never had them before, and they're delicious. And they have the added benefits of 107 milligrams of magnesium. Yeah. It's the highest containing magnesium food I could find.
Yeah. Spinach is about a half cup cooked, has 78 milligrams. Almonds, 1 ounce or 23 nuts, has about 77 milligrams, so a little bit lower. Swiss chard, not my favorite, but an interesting vegetable.
I've had it in salads before. You just didn't know.
75 milligram. And then a whole avocado, like the keto superfood, right, has 58 milligrams. So not super high in magnesium, but has a good amount.
So the final question is, how much magnesium is too much magnesium? Well, again, as I mentioned before, if you have any issues with your liver or you don't digest well, make sure you check with your doctor before you start magnesium or any other supplement. But this Oregon State study that's in the comments here, that research showed upper limits by age. And so anything over 9-year-old, they found upper limits was around 350 milligrams per day.
Doesn't seem like a lot.
No, it doesn't seem like a lot. So I have definitely dosed at higher doses. Our naturopath teaches us that it's difficult to get too much magnesium because it's excreted. So, but again, if you have any kind of liver issues, if you're on any kind of medications, make sure you check with your doctor before changing anything or trying different types of magnesium. So that's just a general rule for anything. So if you're starting magnesium, keep an eye on your stools. Don't start really fast. Start slow and work your way up. And when you hit that point where your stools are uncomfortably loose, you're there. You can kind of back it back down. If you're anything like me, you're going to forget to take it a few days a week anyhow, so it can give your body a break. But having loose stools is a sign that you are getting maybe a little bit too much magnesium in your diet. Yeah. If they aren't regular already. Like if you already have loose stools, they would become diarrhea.
And I've heard some good advice about pulsing vitamin intake. So you might take vitamins during the week and not take them on the weekends. It's a good way just to pulse so that you're not overloading your system with all kinds. This is just inclusive of all vitamins. But if it's something that you're on as part of a medical thing, then you certainly want to stay on that.